What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another Dragon Traveler video. And today we are going to talk about the next SSR character that is going to be coming to global to join the characters currently in the pool. We have the 4 SSR here, plus Apollo, which isn't in the rotation, which is why you do not see her. But the next SSR is actually teased in this button over here. So if you click this, you're going to see the new PvE content, which they did mention, which is going to give a ton of rewards and even titles, and also allow you to compete against other people, of course. You're going to see on the right here, we do have this picture of the next SSR. I guess it's not 100% confirmed, but if they're putting this here, it's pretty much 100% confirmed, and this is going to be Venus. But before we go any further, if you want to try playing Dragon Traveler on PC, I recommend downloading LD Player using the link in the description. LD Player is a free Android emulator that lets you run mobile games directly on your computer. I like it because you don't have to worry about draining your phone battery or filling up your storage, and you get a much bigger screen with smooth performance. It also supports multi-instance if you want to run multiple accounts at once, and with the newest LD Player update, it's now fully compatible with Hyper-V. You no longer need to disable Hyper-V or VBS, which makes setup much easier for Windows 11 users. So if you want to play more comfortably on PC, I definitely recommend giving LD Player a try. You can download it through the link in the description. Now, in terms of what Venus does, so looking at this website, we are going to see that this does have Venus already updated, and you'll see that the recommended gear is here. Attack speed set is recommended. Not really too sure why, honestly, but that is very interesting, and the subclasses are here as well. But most importantly, let's look at the skills. So you're going to see with her talents that, also, I forgot to mention, she is a priest. So you're going to notice with her talents as well that she is going to do a lot of healing and damage reduction. Even at lower stars, she's really good as a healer. In fact, even her base effect is insane, which is going to be the case for a lot of the SSR. But you're going to see that when she heals, she's going to give targets damage reduction, and you'll get even more if you're lower than 50% health. That is just her baseline talent. And this is amazing because when you look at her overdrive later on, you're going to see that this is an AoE heal that restores all allied units by percentage of their max HP. So this will make it so that you can actually not only heal your team, but also give them damage reduction, which is very strong against anything that tries to AoE you. And even in PvE, especially against like bosses, this is really powerful. Now, her other talents are also very powerful. Of course, you're going to see when you actually enter Wild State or trigger Elemental Reaction, because she is a part of the Wild team and the Elemental Echo team, so the green and red team, you're also going to heal as well. So not only is she passively healing you, but she's also actively healing you with her overdrive and giving you damage reduction. And also, I believe that this second talent is going to work with her first one, which is insanely strong, right? So you don't actually have to use her overdrive to get a ton of healing, which is really strong. And then for her other talents here, you'll see that she can also remove CC, debuffs, give them immunity. You can also charm, which is going to be very strong. You can also get tankier yourself at the higher star grades, which of course is very hard to do unless you're spending a ton. So she's a very strong healer, and she's going to fit very well into both the Wild team and the Elemental Echo team, especially the Wild team. She's absolutely cracked in because, of course, as you guys know, the Wild team is based off of just stalling and healing, which is actually kind of getting nerfed, right? Because they're changing how it works. So I don't know if that'll affect her too much. It definitely will, but I still think she's going to be absolutely amazing for especially PvE content if you're using that Wild team. And if we look at her other skills, right, so we talked about her overdrive. This also will decrease in cooldown whenever your teammates get stunned or silenced. Not decrease in cooldown, I'm sorry. I meant reduced in energy cost, right? So the cooldown will be the same, but it'll cost less, which is very important to note. And she also has this ultimate skill, which will randomly heal, right, allies with the lowest HP, and it also will heal in a circle around them. And you can see when she gets hit by a melee character, she inflicts charm, and also the special skill is very good at crippling enemy damage dealers because she can apply attack speed down. And if you have any elemental debuffs, so if you're running the red team, for example, or if you're running, something that has an elemental debuff, then you can inflict this attack down on targets as well. So attack speed down and potentially attack down as well. So this character is going to be an extremely strong healer, and I would say that in terms of healers for global, she's probably going to be the best one, especially if you're running that wild team and even the echo team. Now I will say, if you do plan to use her into the late game and invest heavily into her, you most likely are going to want to invest into the wild team, because the red team, even though it is that starter team, it does become the most expensive team to use. In fact, you'll need to actually use 3 SSRXs eventually, and even then it's not going to be the best team, even though it's the most expensive. So most people that I think are pulling for Venus are going to be playing her into that wild spirit team. You just pair her with Athena or even Oberon, right? Oberon is also kind of perfect for her because they have the same faction. So I'm sure you guys know, but because Oberon is such a strong early game tank, and because she shares the same exact factions, well, you can pair them together. And because Oberon's free to play, well, if you get Venus, even at like 1-2 copies, you can pair these two together and they're going to be so tanky and allow your team to have a lot of time to deal damage for both the red and the green team. So something to keep in mind. I think that if you're looking for a very solid healer, she's something that you definitely want to go for both of these team setups. But I would personally recommend going for that wild team because you can use her, you can use Oberon, and you can use just like other wild characters that you actually have, right? There's a lot that are available, and more that will be available in the future. And I think you guys will be able to, utilize this setup very well. Now, is she worth going for compared to the other SSRXs? Honestly, jump scare by the way. Honestly, I think, even though she's very good and a very strong healer, you're mostly going to get gated by damage. So, if you want more healing, sure, but if you're looking for something to like hard carry your team in terms of damage, then of course she won't do it. There's a lot of other DPSs. I think Apollo is still like super strong, right? Of course, because she'll be able to just do a ton of damage single target, like probably the best single target damage dealer. But also, if you're going to use your diamonds to summon, we do have crazy banners coming up in the future, so you want to make sure that you're saving. So would I recommend her? Personally, I think if you're running the wild team, yes. If not, then definitely not. But yeah, most characters are going to be suited for certain factions anyways, so it's something to keep in mind. For me personally though, I think I'm most likely not going to even pull for her. I might go for 1 copy, of course, for Trial of Fire, but the green team, the wild team, yes, it's good, but I don't want to invest too heavily into, more than 1 SSRX for my teams because I'm not really spending that much. So because of that, with the wild team, you will want Athena as well. I'm probably going to just stick to the blue dragon and just use Poseidon for now. Eventually, you will have to get another SSRX. You don't have to, but it is recommended. And for me, the second team, which I've been talking about in the past, I think I'm going to go for that otherworldly team because this team, even though Hades, Loki are both really good in this faction, you don't really need them, right, as much as the other teams do. So for me personally, I don't really think that I'm going to invest into Venus that much. But if you guys want to play that wild team or even play into the late game elemental echo team, it's definitely something that you can consider. But that is pretty much it for today's video. Thank you for watching, guys. Once again, shout out to the sponsor, LD Player, for sponsoring this video. Definitely recommend checking the link out down below if you guys are planning to play mobile games on an emulator. It is a lot better now after the update. It already was really good. Thank you for watching, though, and I'll see you guys next video.